Warning: the following video is a tirade in regards to following up on the recent Vince McMahon allegations. These will not. What I'm about to say is not for the faint at heart. It'll be grotesque, nauseating, and just downright fucking disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Am I hearing this shit right? Am I seriously hearing this right? Whether it's from the New York Times, even though I don't believe this crap, most of the crap from them, or even Jim Cornette's podcast, Vince McMahon basically cornered the former employee. Let me double check the name. I forgot it almost instantly. Mostly because I'm trying to get this shit out of my head. To be honest, no one would blame me. I mean, they are screaming him, scrubbing him from the WWE. And John Laurinaitis, who were victims of who victimized Janelle Grant, a former employee who worked at the company from 2019 to 2022. Vince actually pursued her, from what I understand, with dildos he named after WWE wrestlers based on generation, race. Oh, God. Just thinking about this is starting to make me a little nauseous. I'm not going to lie. Ugh. Thrown the fact that these allegations have caused Vince to be scrubbed clean from the WWE. You know what that means. When your name is scrubbed from the WWE, you're gone. You're treated as a non-person. We've seen this happen to Chris Benoit for justifiable reasons. We've seen this happen to Vince McMahon, Brock Lesnar for one reason or another. I don't know if it's justifiable or not in his case. And of course with Vinnie Mac, the most justifiable of them all. According to WWE Hall of Famer Eric Bischoff, co-host of the 83 Weeks podcast, in his recent episode, he said, and I quote, "The very core of the story is evil, and even that word doesn't do it justice. He'll be praying for Grant, and he hopes she finds the right spiritual and mental health guidance she needs. I can't imagine. I can't even try to imagine it because self-preservation kicks in, and I force myself to stop thinking about it. And I feel so bad for the people that are innocent because this is just a dark cloud. Whoop, wrong button. Over everything that's WWE right now. I do believe that's going to change. Not sooner rather than later. It's going to change, but it's going to take time." Bischoff then said wrestling fans are going to get through this, though he does recognize that many will be questioning their fandom and reconciling how they feel about it. He said WWE is big enough and strong enough to survive this, though not easily, especially if the lawsuit is not the end of the allegations. The story will continue to evolve. We just don't know how much. We don't know if there will be other people coming out of the woodwork because of this. End quote. And we've seen Stephanie, Shane, and I wouldn't be surprised if Linda comes out of the woodworks with some stories. Eric said there are so many innocent people affected by the lawsuit, including close friends and family members of the victim, as well as Vince's own family, specifically his son Shane, his wife, his daughter Stephanie, and especially his daughter Linda. And that's not even including his seven grandkids, the grandsons from Shane, and the four granddaughters he got from Steph. Imagine Vinnie Mac's six or seven grandkids having to go to school and dealing with this level of backlash from their peers. It's going to be mortifying. From what Bischoff has stated, Shane's oldest son, Declan McMahon, a college freshman, said he would have to show up to school knowing many of his classmates had read the gruesome details of the lawsuit. How do you react to that? How does a young man react to that? And the granddaughters, it's the name McMahon. He's going to be right there with Benoit in the minds of a lot of people. He'll be a name that'll never be mentioned the way things look at this point. And I'm gonna be blunt. I actually agree with Easy E on this point. I mean, Eric Bischoff may be the man who said controversy creates cash, but even he has his limits. But even Easy E has his limits. He never go to those lengths, whether it was in WCW, TNA, AEW, the WWE, or AEW, either as himself as a person or as the character, or as Eric Bischoff, the character. As far as I know, Eric never went to those lengths. Mostly because WCW, not, and while it's true he never went to those lengths because the companies he was popping in and out of were never his to own, the basic principle still applies. But this is something that makes me unbearably sick. And like I said, Vincent Kennedy McMahon is the kind of guy I will never stick my neck out for. We knew he was promiscuous. We knew he was arrogant, and we knew he was violent, and we knew he was treacherous. The lattermost of which boils down to the day his father, Vincent James, passed away, and he started to gobble up all the regional territorial promotions and their talent, basically forcing them to shut down in a matter of years. Something he swore on his father's deathbed he'd never do. I know it's a little late to the party for me to say this, but Vincent Kenny McMahon, you're fired. Trust me, I can't do it that high, as high a pitch as I used to. So I'm going to try to restrain it. That said, will people let go of it? In time, perhaps. Will there be a tribute to Vince when he dies? Fuck no. fuck no. Comment, like, and subscribe. Mets212A signing out. Goodbye. Good night. Bang. Bang. I'm just going to feel sick. Just talking about this topic makes me feel sick.